Hello everyone, I'm Frank, and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's challenging level puzzle. And it's called Moving On Up by Chinstrap. And here are the rules. I think that was from the Jeffersons? I vaguely recall this as a kid. And I remember seeing, I don't even know if I ever actually saw a full episode of the Jeffersons. I think they were reruns on TV when I was a kid, but I never watched the whole thing. It was just never that interesting to me. Anyways, let's get to the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply in the 9 by 9 central grid, which means we need to place the digits 1 through 9 in every cell in the grid. So, in every cell in the grid, place a single digit from 1 through 9, such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region all contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. We have numbered rooms, where all outside cells on the thermo must contain a digit. And that digit must also appear in the nth position looking into the grid in the row or column, where n is the digit in the first position. So to simplify, let's use an example. Say this was 6 and this was a 4. This would be saying that the 6 has to be in the 4th position in this row, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 would have to be here if that were the case. If, say, however, we had a 3 here and this was 7, that would be saying that the 3 had to be in the 7th position in this row. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So therefore, that would have to be a 3. And that's how numbered rooms clue works. We also have a slow thermometer, where digits on the slow thermometer must not decrease starting from the bulb end, which is the circle, which is here. So all you have to do is, on this thermometer, you cannot have it, you must not decrease along this thermometer. And obviously, you see that it covers the entire grid, essentially. So that's going to be very interesting. So obviously, there are going to be a lot of same digits because this is 40 digits here. And obviously, we only have 9 digits in Sudoku. Because the outside cells, again, must contain a digit. It cannot contain a number. And that digit must appear in the nth position. Okay, so that's slow thermometer. The white dot separates consecutive digits. The black dot separates digits where one is double the other. And the X separate digits that sum to 10. So as examples, if say this was a 6, this would have to be 5 or 7 to be consecutive. If this was say a 4, this would have to be 2 or 8 to be in a 1-to-2 ratio. If say this was 3, this would specifically have to be a 7 because those two digits must add up to 10. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. Let's start with the thermometer working backwards. This is at most 9. This is at most 8. This is at most 8 also, because it could be the same digit. This is at most 7, because it's less than the 8 here. So we're guaranteed this is at least 3. So that's 3 through 9, 2 through 8, 2 through 8, 1 through 7. But this digit can never be 1. If it were 1, the problem is that... Oh, wait, no, it could be 1. Never mind. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So we're guaranteed a 1 somewhere in column 9, right? Because of that, there's going to have to be a 1 somewhere in the numbered rooms clues, right? Because it says it's whatever digit is outside must be in the first position. Well, that first position is guaranteed to be 1. So we know all of these are 1 here. So this must be 1 all the way around. But well, we still could have 1. Okay, so 1 could be anywhere all around here. It has to be all around here. And has to be here. Because there's a guaranteed 1 in one of these columns again. And it's saying that 1 has, whatever digit in that outside the grid must be in the first position. Okay. What does that tell us? I'm not really sure. This has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 8 to be in a 1 to 2 ratio. This cannot be 5. These are consecutive. And the thing is, so since these are all 1s, okay, this is one thing about numbered rooms clues. Obviously, if this is 1, if these are all looking at where the 1 position is, if one of these is 1, 2, or 3, the other 2 cannot be, right? Because they would be in the same box then if they were. So say this was like 2 and this was 3. That would say 1 is in the second position, 1's in the third position, and that's not possible because we have a duplicate in this box. So one of these is 1, 2, or 3. One of these is 4, 5, 6. One of these is 7, 8, 9. So since these are consecutive, this has to be 3, 4, or 6, 7 here, guaranteed. Which means one of these is medium, so this must be either 1, 2, 3, or 7, 8, 9 here. It cannot be 2 or 3, because obviously the 1 cannot be either of these cells. So it could be 1, which would force the 1 there, or it's 7, 8, 9. So the 1 in column 1 looking this way would then have to be in 1, 2, 3, or 9. Those are the only places for 1 there. 1 could be in the first position, so this could be 1 still. For 1 in column 3, it has to be 2 through 8, and there... Oh, these always must add up to... These always must add up to 10, and they have to be different digits. So anytime you have 1 in the same spot, you must be 1 through... They must add up to 10 because they must point to the same cell, but going one direction is going to be different from going the other direction, right? So this is also 1, 2, 3, or 9 here. This, and the thing is, we are guaranteed one of these digits is a 5, and one of these digits is a 5 also. But if we had a 5 in any of these spots, you would have to have a 5 here, and that's not allowed. Okay, so this can't be 5. This can't be 5 because of that reasoning. 5 cannot be any of these, so 5 has to be one of these 4. So this cannot be 1 because if these are all 1, we're guaranteed a 5 here and a 5 here, and they would have to be pointing at the same spot, which is not allowed. So this cannot be 1. So this is not 1, so this has to be greater than that. This has to be at least the same. This must be greater than that. So this cannot be 1. So we have to at least guarantee a 2 here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. We are also guaranteed actually a 5 in one of these cells here. So if we try to have a 1 all the way to here, that's not allowed. So because none of these could be 5. If we had 1s all the way here, we were guaranteed there would have to be a 5 here, and then a 5 here. Because that would have to match, and that's not allowed. So this has to be at least 2. So 2 through 7, these are all 2 through 7. Okay. This could be 2 here. We don't know. So, but this could be 1 through 7 here. Guaranteed 5 in one of these 4 cells. This has to add up to 10. This must add up to 10. So this must be 3 adds up with 7, 4 and 6, 6 and 4, 2 with 7 and 3, and 2 and 8. This is 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 6 and 4, and 7 and 3. And this cannot be a 1. Because that would guarantee 1s all the way around here. So this is 5. One of those is 5. One of these is 5. One of these is 5. Obviously, 5 cannot be any of these, so 5 has to be one of these 4. Okay. Hmm. Ah, these must be different. No, that's not true. We don't know that these are the same number. So that's not given there. We know these 3 are different numbers, or the same number, though, so they have to... Huh. They match... One of these is low, one of these is middle, one of these is high, which the low being 1, 2, 3, the middle being 4, 5, 6, and the high being 7, 8, 9. Okay. 1 cannot be in 2, because this can't be 1. So this is 3 at least, which means this can't be 3, this can't be 3, this can't be 4. So to add up, this is 3, 7, or 4, 6 here. One is either in here or 7, 8, 9. So these digits must be increasing order. So if this is 7, it could be 9. Because these are not the same digit. So that's the reason why. Oh, that's interesting. Whatever these two sets these digits are, they have to be the same sets as those 2 digits. Same with these. Whatever the sets are, these 2 digits must be the same sets as those 2 digits. Because this one is the odd man out. It's in both of these sets of 3, and they can't be... You can't have the same set of 1, 2, 3 be here and here, or here and here, right? So that means that whatever set is here... Oh, that's interesting. We can start marking these as different sets. So we'll mark this as green. Let's mark it as pink and yellow. Green, red, and blue have certain other connotations. So this must be the same. It must be the same digit, actually. That's the interesting thing here. Right? Oh. Well, does that tell us anything? I don't really know if it does. We know yellow has to be one of these two. And it must be one of those two. So 1 in rows 2 and 3 have to be one of these or one of these. 1 in row 1 has to be here or here. So 1 cannot be... Okay, so right, so 1 cannot be 2 or 3 here. If this is 2 or 3, that means 1... Right. Oh, because of how that works, right. So if this is 2 or 3, 1 would have to be in one of these spots and one of those spots, and we'd have a duplicate in that row, so that's not possible. So this is 1, 9, this is 1, 9, and this is 1, 9 here. That eliminates 1 from being here. And if this is 9 and 9, that would mean 1 has to be in that position, but we know this cannot be a 1. Because we have to have a 5 here, and then it would be matched with a 5 here. So then this must be 1 and 1, which forces this to be 9. That means 1 cannot be here, so it's consecutive, therefore this must be 3 and 4. So that means 1 is here and 1 is here, guaranteed. So that means this is 2 or 3, and it cannot be 2 or 3 because of the 3-4 pair in... Sorry, it can't be 3 because of the 3-4 pair in the box. So this is 2, which forces this to be 1. That makes this 8, and this must be 3 then, to force this to be 1. And this is saying 1 has to be in the 3rd position, so that's 3, and this is 4. This is 3, this must be 7 then. So this has to be 8, and that's 9, guaranteed. Okay. So, this can't be 1 or 8. This can't be 8. This can't be 1, so it's either 2, 4, or 3, 6 as a pair here. In a 1-to-2 ratio. That's 3 and 4. This has to be 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, but 2 can't be here, 8 can't be here. Therefore, the high here has to be 7. So that means 1 has to be one of these 2 digits here. That means this cannot be 7 here. 1 of 5 or 6 is here, so that means 1 is one of those 2. This has to then be... Okay, so this is... Can't be 5, so this must be 4 and 6, so this has to be 6, and this is 4. So 6 away from here means this is 1. So this cannot be 1, therefore this is the 2. This cannot be 2. We're guaranteed one of these is an 8. So this has to be, what? 4, 5, 7, 8. One has to be one of those 2 digits here. One has to be one of those 2 digits there. So this cannot be 7 or 8. It's 4 or 5. This can't be 4 or 5. It's one of 7 or 8 because this is 7. Remaining digits in box 1 are 5, 7, and 8. 8 obviously can't be here, so 8's one of these 2. So 8's one of these 2, 8's one of those 2, 7's one of those 2. 2 has to be one of those 2. Remaining digits in row... what? Row 9 are 2, 3, 5, and 6. So this digit in the 9th position must be 4, 5, or 7, because it must be less than that. So this cannot be 8. That means 1 cannot be in the 8th position. So it's either 4, 5, or 7 here. This can't be 5, so it's 6 or 7 there. This is this if this is 2, this if this is 4, if this is 2, that would force 4 to be there, or 1, and it can't be either. So this can't be 2. This is 3, 4, or 6. Okay, this is 2, 3, or 6. It could be 6. So this cannot be 4. Could be 5. Okay, if this is 2 or 3, well, this doesn't have to be the same digit. So does not apply here. Hmm. Okay, remaining digits in column 4. We have 2, 4, 5, 6, 9. And this can't be 9. This can't be 2 because the 9 in the box and the 2 in the row. Let's see. 5 or 6. There's this 5 or 6. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so this cannot be all 7s. And this can't be all 2s either. Because if this is all 7s, that would guarantee this would have to be low, middle, and high to make the number rooms clues work without having duplicates in the same box. But obviously you can't have a high available. So this cannot be 7 here. And this can't be 2 here. So this can't be 2 here. This one is fine, though. It could still be a high digit here. We know 8 has to be one of these 3 digits there. That's all we know about this. Hmm. So none of these can be 7 then, for the same reasoning. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so we don't have to have this coloring then. Well, maybe it'll help. So this is low. We have low, low, low. This is middle. I guess 1 and 2s. I don't want to color all those also. So those are low. We have middle. This is high. High, high, high. 7 away is the 1. This is 9. This is low. This is high. We have 1 middle and 1 high here. 1 middle, 1 high. These are middle and mediums. Middle and mediums there. Sorry, low and middle here. Low and middle here. This is low or middle here too. Interesting. Okay, so we have low and middle here. These are all low and middle. Okay. One of these is high, one of these is high. One of these is middle, one of these is middle. This is high, guaranteed. This is middle. Oh, this cannot be 1, because then this would have to be... Oh, it could be 1 if this is 8. That's possible still. 5 does have to be one of these 3. Obviously, if it's there, this cannot be 1 anymore pointing at it. I'm gonna pause. I need to go to the bathroom right now, so I'll be right back. And we're back. Let's continue. Okay. Interesting. We know there has to be a 9 somewhere here. So it must match one of these cells. It could be here. That's the only one that would keep this low. What are the possibilities for digits here? Again, 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. No 1, 2, so no 8 and 9 here. Oh, this can't be 8. Interesting. So 8's one of these 2 digits here. Okay. These cannot add up to the same. Obviously, they can't add up to. How do I want to say it? They can't be the same. They can't add up to 10 here. I guess what I was trying to say. Okay, say this was a 2. Then this would have to be 2 also. So that would mean... Okay, so if this is 2, this would also have to be 2 because it cannot be 1 anymore. But it can't be then 2, 3 here. So it would have to be 6, but then that would say 7 has to be there. Okay, so this can never be 6. Right, this is 2 and 3 and is a low. This must be 3, 4, and 6 and must be a medium. So this can't be 8, so this cannot be 6 pointing this way. So this must be 4 and 2, which eliminates 2 in the rest of the row. So this must be a 4 here, because this is saying 2 is 2 directions here. 2 directions here. It has to be not 4 and less than 4, because this can't be 4 because of the 4 in the row. So this must be 3, which makes this a 3. This can't be 3. This is a low. So these have to be both middle. So 5 and 6. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so this can't be 6. This can't be 2 or 3, so no 7 or 8. What's in the 4th position? Okay, so this has to be 2 or 3 here. So it cannot be 4, 5, or 6. So in the 4th position has to be 2 or 3. So 1 cannot be in the 7th position, or the 6th position here. It has to be in the 7th. So this is 7, which forces this to be 1. So this cannot be 1 here. This can't be 9 then. This can't be 7. So 1 is in 5 or 6 here. 1 cannot be in 8 here. 1 is in 8 here. So this is 8. 2 or 3, so this is low. This is at least 4. This is saying it's in the 3rd position, so this cannot be 4. It's 5, 6, or 7. That eliminates 4 from the rest of the thermometer up to then. So this is whatever is in the 3rd position cannot be 8. It's 5, 6, or 7, which forces this to be 8. So 8 has to be 2 or 3. This is a high. And this, we have a 5, 6, 7 triplet in box 9. So that forces this to be a 9. So this is high, this is low. 5, 6, or 7 is either in one of these digits here. So that means the remaining digits in column 7 cannot contain 5, 6, or 7. So that means they must be 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Or not 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 9. This can't be 3 because of 3 in the row. This can't be 4 because of 4 in the row. So we don't know what these are. 9 cannot be here. Where is the 9 then in row 7? It has to be here. So this is 9, which means one of these two is 9. This is a high. This is medium. This is high. This is low. So this must be low or medium. Okay. Remaining digits in column 9. We have 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. This can't be 3. This is 1, 2, or 3. Interesting. So it could be 3, 5. It cannot be 6 because 1, 2, and 3 are eliminated from there. Could be 7 or it could be 9. 1, 2, and 3 could be in 7 or 9, or 5 or 6. We have a 5, 6, 7 triplet in row 7, which eliminates 5, 6, and 7 in the rest of the row. One of these is 7. So this cannot be 5 or 6. This is 1, 2, 3, or 4. Therefore, this must be 5 or 6 because of the 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruplet in the box. So this is mid. This is 5 or 7, so this must be 5 or 7. Which means it cannot be here. 1 cannot be there. Since 1 can't be there, this can't be 5 anymore. So it's 6 or 8. 5 or 6 is in 5, 6, or 7. We don't know which. 1, 2, 3 cannot be. Okay, so this cannot be 1. If this were 1, it would have to be 8 here, and that's not allowed. So this is 2 or 3. Hmm. This cannot. Oh, we don't know which one. Never mind. So one's one of those two. Hmm. Hmm. If this is 3, that means this is not 9. So this must be 2 or 3. Um, remaining digits in box 7. 2, 3, 5, 6. This can't be 2, obviously. Remaining digits in column 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 is obviously one of these 3 digits. Hmm. If these are all 1, this would have to be 5 then. And that would say that 3 is in the second position. Therefore, this is 4, 6, which would say 5 is there. Okay, so 1 is in the 7th position, 1 is in the 8th position, 1 is in the 4th position, 1's in the 1st, 1's in the 1st, 1's in the 7th. 1 is in the 5th or 6th, 1 is in the 2nd, 1 is in 5, 6, or 8, 1 is in 6 or 8, 1 is in 4, 1 is in the 3rd, 1 is in the 9th, 1's in the 6th, the 2nd, 3rd, 5 or 7, 4, 5, or 7 in the 8th position. In 4, 5, 1 is in the 1st position. We don't know what these are. This can't be 6 because of the 6 in the column. What are the remaining digits? No 1, 2. Could be 3, no 4, 5, no 6, 7, no 8. Could be 9th. That's not helpful. Okay. This cannot be 3. If this were 3, that would force this to be 4 and 6, but then 2 and 3 cannot be in the 3rd position. So this cannot be 3. So one of these 3 digits is 3. Can this ever be 3, actually, is a question, right? I think the answer to that is no. If this is 3, one of these, all of these are 3, and they would have to be in the 3rd position when they're actually in the 1st position. So this cannot be 3. This can't be 3 then. It's 1 or 2. Hmm. So these are all low. That's interesting. So 5, 7, and 9. So obviously this could be 3 and 7 if this is 9. So that's fine. This is mid. This is done. Hmm. Oh, these must be the same digit. Because to be in the 5th and 6th position, it has to be the 5, 6, or 7, which is not already here. So it must be the same as this cell. So this we're going to mark as, I don't know, A. This is A, this is A, that's A. So those have to be the same digit. These don't, though. We know that these do. This matches that one, which must match one of those two. Which means the A has to be one of those two, interestingly enough. Oh. To match 1 or 2, it cannot be 6, 7, it cannot be 7 or 9. So this has to be 3, 5, or 6 here. Interesting. This can no longer match 9 anymore also, so this is 5, 6, or 7 here. It still could be either of these, right? Oh. Where's the 1? So say either of these were 1. Well, no, this could be 7 and 5, 6. Or it would be essentially 7 and 6 if this is 1 and 1. But we cannot have 1 be here. If this were 1, the problem is we have 1 either in 2 and 4. Oh, this can't be 2 or 4. So this can't be 1. Okay, so we know this can't be 1. This is 2 and 3. 1 could still be here because it has to match 2 or 4, right? Or this is 2, 4, 5. But the problem is this would have to match 2 or 4 to before this could match 2, 4, or 5. And it can't do that anymore. So this is guaranteed to be 2 and 3, though. So this cannot be 7 or 9. Actually, it could be because... Okay, it can't be 9. This can't be 9. Okay, where is the... So one of these two is a 9. Guaranteed. This can't be 9 because that would have to match 5, 6, or 8 to be the 9. So this has to be 9 here. And this must be 2 then. So all of these are 2. So we have 2, 2, and 2. One of these must be a 3. Actually, yeah, this cannot be 7. One of these must be 3. One of them must be 5 or 6. So this is high. This must be a 7 and is a high. That must match 1. One of these is 3, 5, and 6. So this is 2, 2, and 2. One of these is 3. So 2 has to be one of these two digits here. And this is a 2A pair. Because A has to be in 5 or 6 also. And this is 3, so this cannot be 3 and is mid. So the mid is 5 or 6, so this cannot be 7. This is a 5, 6 pair, which eliminates 5 and 6 in the rest of the box. So this can't be 6, this is 7, which forces this to be 3. This can't be 2 or 3, this is 9. This can't be 2 or 9, so this is 4. That 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 5, which means 1 cannot be in the 4th position. 1's in the 5th position, which means 1 can't be here. So 1 has to be here, which means this can't be 1 here, which forces this to be 1 here. So this is a 7. That's 7 away to be 1. So this can't be green. This is blue. This can't be 7 or 5. It's 4. So you cannot have it being 6 away because that's a 1. So this must be 5. That's 6, which makes this 5. So this is 5, which means this can't be 1 in that direction, so it must be 2, which forces this to be 2. This can't be 2 or 4. And this 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 7, 8, and this is 5. So this cannot be 5 anymore. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so it's 6, which means 6 cannot be here. And we have a contradiction because that's 6. Okay, what did I do wrong here? That must have been bad logic somewhere. I'm not sure which. Dang it. I don't know where that is. Shoot, I don't know where that logic, where the logic went bad. Hmm. Uh, let's, okay. So again, this could be 9. This is less than that, so it's 8 at most. Could be the same as that, 8. This has to be less than that, so it's 7. Does this have to be 1 is the question. Maybe it doesn't have to be 1 here. Maybe that's the bad assumption. Why did I say this had to be 1? I don't think it does, actually, thinking about it more. What was the original logic that this had to be 1? Well, we know this is 7 at most. Does it have to be 1? Okay. One thing we do know... Oh, it does have to be, because you're guaranteed a 1 here, right? 1 has to be somewhere here. 1 has to be somewhere here. Yeah, there's a guaranteed 1 in column 3. And that 1 would have to be 1, would be pointing to itself. Right? Because if it's not, then it just doesn't work. Right? If you have a 1 here, it's saying that whatever digits here has to be in the first position. Well, that means this has to be 1. So this is still 1. So this is still 1. That's still, the logic is still there. This cannot be 2, 3. This has to be different sets of low, middle, or high. It cannot be, therefore, since this is, it cannot, 1 here cannot be 2 or 3. You're guaranteed no middle here, because this middle must be with either low or high. So this must be 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. But if it's 2 or 3, it cannot be 2 or 3 here. But you have the same problem here, right? This is guaranteed to be 1 and 1. And if you tried to have 2 or 3 here, you'd guarantee a 1 here or a 1 here. And they would be a duplicate. So this has to be 1 or 9. If we tried to have 9 here, again, this would be, these two add up to 10. If we try to have 9 here, that would force 1 there, and this would have to be 9. But in the 1 position, this would have to be 1. But the problem is there's a guaranteed 5 here. And that would have to be with 1. And therefore, that would force a 5 in this position in the same row, which would be a duplicate. So that's not possible. So this cannot be 9. This is 1. That's 9. That's 1. This is a high digit, so this is low. This is low. This is high. So since we have a high here, this must be a low middle pair. And it must be then 3 and 4 to be consecutive. This is not 3 or 4. it has to be low and a middle. So it's 2 with 5 or 6. So we're guaranteed a 2 in one of those spots. So this is 2, 5, or 6, and you cannot have 5, because if you had a 5, the problem is that these would have to also be 5. So it's 2 or 6 here. This must be adding up to, so that means this is 4 and 8 as a pair. So we have 1 is, okay, so if we had a 2 here, that would force 1 to be there, and this would have to be 2 also. So this can't be 2. This is 6, this is 2, which forces a 1 there to be there. And this is 3 away. So this is 3, this is 4. That forces this to be 1 here. So this is low, this is not low, this is not medium. These are low. So this is middle. Therefore, this must be 4 and middle. This must be 8 and high. This is 1 is 3 away, so this must be 3 as blue. This has to be 7 as high. That forces this to be 8 and 9, and these are both high. Because this must be greater than that cell, and this has to be at least the same, so that forces that to be 8. Okay. So whatever digit is here, okay, so then, well, let's go through the same rigmarole. These are low and medium, so you're guaranteed in this set of 3 digits, you cannot have the same digit 3 times here. So, this again is 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. No, 7. This can't be 8. This can't be 4. So if this is 2, this has to be 4. This cannot be 8. This is 3 or 6. Again, this cannot be the same digit, because if these were 3 were the same digit, you would guarantee 2 of them would be in the 1, 2, 3 position or in the 4, 5, 6 position, because none of these could be 7, 8, 9, and therefore you'd have a duplicate. So 1 cannot be, 1 has to, if we have a 1s all the way here, we're guaranteed a 5 here, which must match the 5 there, which is not allowed. So we have 1 through whatever here. This must be greater than 1. So 2 through whatever. So this cannot be 7. Because again, if we try to have the same digit here, which would have to be, if that's a 7, that's not, we would have 2 in the same box, which is not allowed. So this is 2 through 6, 3 through 2 through 7 here, and 3 through 7 here. 3 through 7, 3 through 7. Remaining digits in row 1 are 4, 5, 7, 8. This can't be 8 because it must be the 9th cell. So this has to be 4, 5, and 7. Remaining digits. So 2 can, okay, so we have in column 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 obviously can't be here. 8 can't be here. We're guaranteed 1 middle, 1 high here, because they have to be in different boxes. So this is 7, which means this cannot be 7. We have 2, 5, 6, or 8 here. This is 2, 3, 5, and 6. So 1 has to be in 5, 6, or 7. One has to be in the 6th spot, so this is 1, which means this is 2. So this cannot be 2 here. So these are both low. So in 5, 6, and 8, 1 has to be one of these or one of these. So this cannot be 4 or 5. This is 7 or 8. This can't be 7 or 8. So this is medium and this is high. Okay. This can no longer be 6 here, because if this was 6, then this would have to be 7 in this digit, and it's not possible. So this is 2 or 3 and is low. This cannot be 3. This is 4 or 6 as a medium. It cannot be 6, because if it's 6, that would force this to be 8. And this would have to be 8, so that's not possible. So this must be then 4, which is in a 1 to 2 ratio with 2. So this cannot be 2 here. Therefore, in 2 away from here is 4. So this is 4, which means this cannot be 3. This cannot be 2. This can't be the same, so it can't be 4. 4 cannot be here, so this can't be 4. This is 5 or 7. This can't be 4. 2 away from here must be less. It cannot be greater than 4. And it can't be the same as 4, so this is 3. So no 4, 5, 6. So this is all the same. Therefore, this is 3 and is a low. These cannot be lows. These has to be middle. So 5 and 6. 4 away is specifically 2 and 3. So this is 2 and 3 and is a low. That eliminates 6 as a possibility here. This can't be 8, so this can't be 1 here. So where's the 1 in row 8? It has to be in the 7th position. So this is 7, which forces this to be 1. So this cannot be 1 here. So no 7 here. This is high. This is middle. So 1's one of those two. That's fine. 4 cannot... This cannot be 4, so this can't be 1 here. Okay. This cannot be 1, 9, 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. This can't be 2, 3, or 4, so no 6, 7, or 8 here. So this is in the 8th position for 1. So this is 8, which means this can't be 8 here. 7 has to be one of these two digits. This can't be 8 and 2 anymore, so it's 3 or 4 here. Remaining digits in box 9 are 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 8 can't be here. 7 can't be here. 2 or 3 cannot be in the 9th position here because it's 5 or 6. So 2 and 3 could be in 5, 6, or 7. 8 is one of these two, obviously. 3rd position cannot be the same. That cannot be 4. So it has to be 5, 6, or 7. We have a 5, 6, 7 triplet. This can't be 8 anymore, therefore this is 8. This is 9. So 8 has to be in the 2, 3 has to be in the 8th position. So that's 2 or 3. We have a 5, 6, 7 triplet. Where's 9? 9 can't be here. 9 can't be here, so 9 is here. This is 2, 3, 5, or 6. This can't be this 2, 3, 5, or 6. This can't be 2 because 2 in the columns can't be 6. We're guaranteed 7's one of these two, and this must match here. 5 or 6 away is the other 5, 6, or 7. This is high. This is low. So this matches this again. So this is A. This must be A also because there's no other... It cannot be either of these two, so it must match the A. So this is A. These are the same digit. Remaining digits in column 9. 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. Okay. 2 or 3 here matches the 4. 2 or 3 is 8 away. Remaining digits in column 4 are 2, 4, 5, 6, and 9. Okay. This can't be 2, though, because of the 2 in the row. This cannot be 9. We have a 5, 6, 7 triplet in row 7. That eliminates 5 and 6, 5, 6, and 7 in the rest of the row. So this is 1 through 4. Same problem here. That means this can't be 2 or 3. This is 5 or 6 because of the 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruplet in the box. Okay. This digit is the same as that. So this is, I guess we'll label this B. A is one of these two. So then this is B, and this must be B here. Again, 1, 2, and 3 cannot be in the 6th spot, so that's not 6. Can it be in the 3rd spot? No, because then that would force us to be 4 and 6. So this is 5, 7, or 9. So this can never be 1. Remaining digits in column 7 cannot be 5, 6, 7, or 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 9. And obviously this can't be 1, this can't be 3, that can't be 4. So A has to be one of these two, and A has to be one of those two. Okay. This can't be 3. So it's 5, 6, 7, or 9, matching 1, 2, or 3. Okay. If we had 1 all the way here, again, you would guarantee... So first of all, none of these could be 5, so 5 would have to be here. You would guarantee 9 would have to be one of these, but that doesn't match a 1 at all here. Yeah, 9 cannot be either of these two, and it cannot be here. So if 9 matches any of these, it would have to be 4, 5, 6, or 8 to be the digit, which is not possible. If 9 matches here, this would be 3. Maybe that was the contradiction that we ran into. So maybe this has to be 3? Huh. Yeah, that might have been. So 9 is either here, which makes that a 2, or 9 is here, which makes that a 3. 1 cannot be here, because if all of these are 1, you would cannot have 5 here. 5 would have to be here, 9 would have to be here, and then 1 is not in the 9th position. So this cannot be 1. Yeah, I guess that's kind of... Yeah, how did it... Okay. So this is in 3. Okay, so 7 can never work here. If this is 7, the problem is that 1, 2, and 3 cannot be there. And this is definitely 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, so maybe this assumption... I must have made a bad assumption here. Where this had to be 9. Maybe this is the 9. What happens if we make this 9? Remaining digits in... Okay, let's do 5, 7, and 8. 8 obviously can't be there. 8 is one of these two. Remaining digits are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In column 3. The guaranteed 4 here. We have a guaranteed 9 in one of these digits. Okay. Right, so this still could be a 1. So let's make that assumption. So 1, 1, 1. This would then be 6, 7. Oh, yeah, it can't be 1. So this can't be 1 because it points to 3, 5, 6, or 7, and none of those can be 1. Right? 3, 5, 6, or 7, none of those could be 1. So this cannot be 1. This is 2 or 3 here. This could be 1. That could be 1. So the thing that led to a contradiction was when this was 9. So that would be 2, 2, 2. This would have to be 3 with 5 or 6. So this would be 5 or 6 here. This would guarantee be 7. So that would be 1. And this would be 1 or 2. 3 would definitely be here. So this is 4. That's 6, which makes this 5. So this would be 7. 7 would have to be there. So then this would be 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. Which means this can't be 7. So this would be 1. This could not be 1 here. One of these would be 1. This couldn't be 4. One of these would be 2. This can't be 2, 3. So this would have to be 3. And this would have to be 2, which makes that 9 and 3. Okay. How did I run into this? So this is not A. 1, 6, and 8. Or 1, 5, 6, and 8. This can't be 4. No 4 or 9. No 1 here. This is 2 with 4, 5, and 6. No 9. Two cannot be here. 2 is either 5 or 6, so 2 is one of those two. This is 5, which means this can't be 5. That's 6, which makes that 5. So that's 7 here. That must be 7 there. 5 eliminates 5 here. And then, wait, so this actually works. So how did I get into that weird spot? I don't remember. Okay. I think these... Okay, yeah, this digit cannot be here. It has to be here. So this is the same digit here. So we'll mark that as C. This has to be the same digit. So this is the same digit here, same digit here. Yeah, I don't know how I got to that other state. It was just in a weird state. where it was contradictory. Um, so what happens if B is 6? That seems to be the contradiction, right? 6, 6. Okay, yeah, that's the no, that's... Seems okay. That would be 5, 6, 7, 5. So 5 would have to be there. That would force 1 to be there, so this can't be 1, so that would be 1. This would then have to be 5, so this would be 5, and you'd have 5, 5, and 5 here. So that seems to work. 9 away is 5, that makes this 4, which makes that 7. 4 away is 1. I don't know how I got to the bad state. So both of them work. What the heck? How did I get into that horrible state? Anyways, don't know how I got into that bad state. That's so weird. Okay. Well. So can this actually ever be 1? Oh, wait, this is not 1. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. That is part of the problem. So if this is 5, that's 7, which forces this to be 1. So this can't be 1. This is 5. That's 5. We have 6. This becomes a 6, 7 pair. So what's 6 away is 5, 6, or 7, so this cannot be 7. Therefore, this must be 5. This must be 4. That's 1 and 1. So we have 6 or 7 here. This would not be 1. So this looks like it's fine. That forces this to be 6. This is a 2, 3 pair. 6 and 8. This would have to be 6. This would be 8. So this can't be 6. That's 7. Which forces this to be 4 and 6. So that's 7. None of these could be 7. So where's a 7? It has to be here. Which forces this to be 1. This can't be 4. We have 3, 5, 6 here. This is 9, so this must be 2. Which forces both of these to be 2. This has to have a 3 and a 5, 6. So this is 2, which makes this 9, 3. This is 3. 5 or 6. And this still is valid. Okay. If this is not 5, this is 6, which makes this 6, so this is 1, this is 5, that's 6. 5 is saying 5, 6, or 7 has to be in the 1 position, so this cannot be 5 here. That's fine. This saying 7 has to be in the 1 position, or 1 has to be in the 7th position, so that's 5, this is 4. So either way, this is 1. So then this is 7, that's 5. So this is 1. But either way, I think this was 1 either way, right? So I guess the question is, what happens if this is 5? Right, let's try making this 5. Hold on, I'm pausing because I got a phone call. I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. Let's continue. Okay, so we're trying to make this 5, so that forces 1 to be here, 1 to be here. This is 7, this is 4. So 1 would have to be there. This can no longer be 6 because 1 is in that position. So this has to be 5. That's 6. This is 6 then. 7 and 3. This is 5. 5 is in the 6th position. So this is 5. This would have to be 7. So this would be 6, and therefore we'd have a contradiction here. So yeah, what we've shown then is this cannot be 5 here. This has to be 4. So since this is 4, this can't be 4. This can't be 4. It's a 5-7 pair, which eliminates 5 and 7 in the rest of the box. This has to be 1, so 1 cannot be here. 1 cannot be here. Okay. What does that leave? I'm not sure, but so 5, 6, and 7 has to be in 5, 6, or 7 in the 5 or 6 position. I think either way we tried it. So if this is 5, that forces this to be 7, so that's 7. If this is 6, that means this is 6, so this is 1. This is 5. That makes this 6. This is 7. Hold up. Okay, so if this is 5, obviously this is 7. If this is 6, this is 6, which makes this 1. So that's 7, and this would be 5. Okay, let's go through both scenarios. Let's go through this scenario. 6, 6, and 6. That means 1 has to be here, so this can't be... This is 7 away, that's 5 away, so that's 1. So this must be 5, which forces all of these to be 5. That's 5, this is 6, 7. This is 5, and then we'd have a contradiction, because we'd have 5 trying to be in the 5th position, even though it's in the 1st position. So that's the contradiction that we have, assuming 6 is there. So then the B's all have to be 5. So this is 5, which makes this 7, which makes that 5. So 1 has to be in the 5th position here, so that's 1. Then 1 has to be in the 7th position here, so that's 1. This is 2, 3, or 4. This has to be a 7. This is 5, so this must be 6. This cannot be 5, so this is 6 or 7 here. That forces both of these to be 6 or 7, and this is 6 or 7 here. So this is not A. This is 6 or 7 here. This 5 eliminates 5 here, so this must be a 6 here, which eliminates 6 in the rest of the column. This is a 2, 3 pair. That means this must be 9, 5, 7, or 8. Cannot be 8, so it's 9 with 5 or 7 here. So 7 is a high, 5 is a medium, 1 is low, 1 is low, 1 is low. Okay, so we got all the 1s done. 7 is in the 9th position. Whatever is in the 6th position cannot be 5 or 6, so it must be 7 here. So it must be 7 in the 6th position, so that's 7, which means this can't be 7 here, no 7 here. 5, it's done. That means this is 2, 3, 4, or 9. We have 5, 7, or 9 here. Okay. C matches there. Okay. Remaining digits in column 5. We have 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. 3 and cannot be here, obviously. 2 can't be here because 3 can't be here because of the 3 in the box. 2 can't be here because 2 in the row. 3, 5, or 6 is, so it cannot be 1. Remaining digits in column 6. We have 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Okay, this can't be 2 again. So I think these are all done for these. So 8 has to be here because 8 is 8 away here. So this is 8. This is 6 away. So 6 cannot be here. So A is 7, which makes this 7. So this is 6 and 4. This cannot be 4. 7 eliminates 7 in the rest of the box. So whereas 7 in column 9, it has to be here. That's pointing to 1, so this is 1 there. This is 4, so the rest of the row cannot be 4. 2 and 3 must be pointing at 5 or 9. And we have a 3, 5, 6 triplet, which eliminates 3, 5, and 6 in the rest of the column. So this can't be 5, that's 9, which points to 2. So this is 2, which forces both of these to be 2. This is 1 or 2 here. This must be 3 with 5 and 6 because we have all 2s in the number of rooms clue. And we have a high. We need one of these is guaranteed to be medium with a 5 or 6, and the other one must be low with 3. That eliminates 3 in the rest of the box. And the 3 cannot be here, pointing to 2, so this must be 2 here. This is 9, that's 3. So this must be a 3 here. This is low. We have low, middle, middle, high, and high, with this being low. So either 5 or 6 is here. We don't know which. This is middle. And it's 2. So one of these is 2, which eliminates, and this can't be 2 here. No 3. No 3. No 8. We're guaranteed one of these must be 6 then. So this cannot be 6 here. This 6 eliminates 6 here. So this is 5. That means 5. The 2 has to be in the 5th position, so this cannot be 2, which forces this to be 2 here. This means this is the 6th position, which is pointing to 1. 2 cannot be here. 6 can't be here. This can't be 3. So this is medium, and this is high. We have a 2 and a 5 remaining in box 9. We have a 3 and an 8, not 3 and an 8, 6 and an 8 remaining in column 8. This can't be 6 because of 6 in the row, so it's 8 and 6. That eliminates 6 here. This can't be 9, so that makes this 5. This can't be 9, it's a 3-8 pair, which eliminates 3 and 8 in the rest of the row, so this must be 7. This 5 eliminates 5 here. These can't be 5 or 7. That makes this 9, which makes this 5, which makes that 4, which makes that 3. 9 eliminates 9 here, so it's 4, which makes this 6 and 9. 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 2. This can't be 2, 4, or 9. It's 6. 2 eliminates 2 here, so this is 3. This is 3, so these are both 3s, and this is a 2. This can't be 5. It's a 7-8 pair. This has to be 5. This 4 eliminates 4 here, so it's 8. This can't be 6 or 8, so it's 4. This has to be 2 and 9, but it cannot be 9 because of the 9 in the row, so that's 2. That's 9. 2 eliminates 2 here, so it's 5 and 2. 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 7 and 8. This 8 eliminates 8 here, so it's 3. That's 8, and this is 4. Ooh, we seem to have a contradiction. Ugh, I hate that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we don't have these filled out. So this is 7 and that's 7. Okay, there you go. And that's the solution. That was... I don't even know how I got to that contradictory state. That took a lot of time to finish that out. Otherwise, yeah, it seemed fairly straightforward, the logic behind it. It's just I made one mistake there. And that led to a contradiction, which I had to restart. And then I never ran into that contradiction again. I don't know. Sometimes you'll just do that, right? So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.